I'll never forget the moment I realized my entire family had checked into a luxury beach resort in the Bahamas without booking a room for me. They didn't forget. They chose not to. And 3 weeks later, when I found out why, everything I thought I knew about my family shattered. My name is Claire, and this is the story of how I discovered I was the black sheep of a family I'd spent my entire life trying to please. Let me start at the beginning. I'm the youngest of 4 kids. 3 girls and 1 boy. I'm 32 now, but growing up, I always felt like the odd one out. My oldest sister, Vanessa, is 38. She's a corporate lawyer. Married to a surgeon. 2 perfect kids. Lives in a mansion in Connecticut. My other sister, Monica, is 36. She's a real estate developer. Also married to someone successful. Also has 2 kids. Lives in a penthouse in Manhattan. My brother, Derek, is 34. He's in finance. Engaged to a woman whose father owns half of Boston. No kids yet, but they're trying. And then there's me. Claire. I'm a teacher. I teach 3rd grade at a public school in Brooklyn. I make $47,000 a year. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with my cat. I'm single. No kids. And according to my family, I'm the disappointment. They've never said it outright. But I feel it. In the way they talk to me. The way they introduce me. The way they change the subject when I talk about my job. My mom always says things like, well, teaching is important work, Claire. Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it. Like it's a job nobody actually wants. My dad barely asks about my life at all. He talks to Vanessa about cases. To Monica about properties. To Derek about investments. To me, he says, how's the cat? I'm 32 years old and my father's primary interest in my life is my cat. Her name is Piper, by the way. She's a tabby. She's great. But that's not the point. The point is, I've always felt like I'm on the outside of my own family. And then came the beach resort incident. It was March. My mom called me one Tuesday evening. Claire, honey, I have exciting news. What's up, Mom? Your father and I are planning a family vacation. All of us together. Won't that be wonderful? A family vacation. We hadn't done one of those in years. Not since I was in college. That sounds great, I said. Where are we going? The Bahamas. There's a beautiful resort. 5-star. Right on the beach. We've been talking about doing this for months, and we finally pulled the trigger. Wow. When? April 10th through 17th. 1 week. Can you get the time off school? April was 2 weeks away. Spring break was the week before. I'd have to ask for unpaid leave. But it was a family vacation. My family wanted to spend time with me. I think so, I said. I'll have to request it, but I should be able to swing it. Perfect. I'll send you all the details. Okay. How much do I owe for the room? There was a pause. Oh, don't worry about that right now. We'll figure it all out when we're there. Are you sure? I can Venmo you. Claire, it's fine. Just focus on getting the time off. We'll handle the rest. I should have known something was wrong. My mother never said, don't worry about money, to me. She always made sure I knew how much things cost. How much I owed. How much I should contribute. But I was excited. A family vacation. Maybe this was a turning point. Maybe they finally saw me as an equal. I requested the time off. My principal wasn't thrilled, but she approved it. I went shopping. Bought a new swimsuit. Some sundresses. Beach cover-ups. I was so excited. The plan was for me to meet them at the airport. We were all flying out together from JFK. I got there early. Checked my bags. Waited at the gate. Vanessa showed up first with her husband, Brad, and their kids. Claire. Hi. She hugged me. It felt forced. Hey. Are you excited? Thrilled. The resort looks amazing. Mom showed me pictures. Monica and her husband, James, arrived next. Their kids were bouncing around, hyper about the beach. Derek and his fiancée, Stephanie, showed up last, holding Starbucks cups and designer carry-on bags. My parents arrived just before boarding. Everyone's here, my mom said cheerfully. Let's get this vacation started. We boarded. I was in economy. Everyone else was in business class. Sorry, Claire, my mom said. We booked business class months ago. It was full by the time we added you. Added me. Like I was an afterthought. I smiled. No problem. Economy's fine. It was a 4-hour flight. I sat next to a guy who snored the entire time. When we landed in Nassau, everyone was buzzing with excitement. We piled into 2 SUVs, rental cars my dad had arranged, and drove to the resort. It was stunning. Turquoise water. White sand beaches. Palm trees swaying. Infinity pools. Cabanas. The whole luxury experience. We checked in at the front desk. My dad handed over a credit card. The woman behind the desk smiled and typed on her computer. Perfect, Mr. Whitmore. I have you in the presidential suite. Ms. Whitmore and Mr. Richardson in the Ocean View King. Ms. Whitmore and Mr. Chen in the Deluxe Double. And Mr. Whitmore and Ms. Ashford in the Garden Villa. She handed over key cards. I waited. I said. What about me? My dad turned. What? My room. You didn't mention my room. Oh. He looked at my mom. My mom looked at the woman behind the desk. We only have 4 rooms booked. The woman checked her computer. That's correct. 4 rooms. I stared at them. There's no room for me? Well, my mom said slowly, we thought you could share with one of your siblings. Share? Vanessa's kids have the roll-out bed in her room. Monica's kids are in hers. But Derek and Stephanie have a king bed. Maybe you could ask them. Mom. I'm 32 years old. You want me to ask my brother and his fiancée if I can sleep on their floor? It's not ideal, I know, but... Why didn't you book me a room? My dad sighed. Claire, rooms here are expensive. We're already paying for 4. We didn't think we needed 5. You didn't think, I couldn't even finish the sentence. Vanessa stepped in. Look, it's not a big deal. You can figure something out. Maybe the resort has availability. I walked back to the desk. Do you have any rooms available? Just for 1 person? The woman typed. I'm sorry, we're fully booked for the week. Any rooms at all? No, ma'am. We're at capacity. I turned back to my family. They're fully booked. No one said anything. Monica shrugged. Maybe there's another hotel nearby? I'm supposed to go find another hotel? By myself? While you all stay here? Claire, don't be dramatic, my mom said. We'll figure it out. Let's just get settled and we can talk about it. Figure it out how? I don't know. But standing here arguing isn't helping. People were staring. My nieces and nephews were getting restless. Derek cleared his throat. Look, Stephanie, and I can try to make it work. You can stay with us. But we only have 1 bed. I'm not staying in your room, Derek. Then what do you want us to do? Vanessa snapped. What did I want them to do? I wanted them to have booked me a room. I wanted them to have thought of me at all. But I didn't say that. I'll figure it out, I said quietly. I walked outside. Stood on the pristine resort grounds and tried not to cry. My family went to their rooms. I sat on a bench near the lobby and called every hotel within 20 miles. Everything was booked. It was peak tourist season. Finally, I found a motel. 40 minutes away. Not on the beach. Reviews said it was acceptable and clean enough. It was $80 a night. I booked it for the week. I went back inside and found my mom in the lobby. I found a place, I said. Oh, good. See? I knew you'd figure it out. It's 40 minutes away. That's not so bad. It's not on the beach. Well, you can come here during the day. We'll all hang out together. Right. She smiled. This is going to be a great week, Claire. I can feel it. I took an Uber to the motel. It was worse than the pictures. The room smelled like cigarettes and bleach. The bedspread had stains. The air conditioner rattled. I sat on the edge of the bed and cried. Not because of the room. But because my family didn't care. They'd planned this trip for months. And they hadn't included me. Not really. I was an afterthought. An inconvenience. The next morning, I got another Uber back to the resort. $80 round trip every day was going to add up fast. My family was already at breakfast when I arrived. They were sitting at a long table by the pool. Laughing. Drinking mimosas. Claire. There you are, my mom called out. Come sit. I sat down. How was your hotel? Vanessa asked. It's fine. Good, good. No one else asked. We spent the day on the beach. Well, they spent the day on the beach. I felt like a guest. An outsider. They'd rented cabanas. There were only 4. I sat on a lounge chair outside the cabanas. They ordered food and drinks. The server brought everything to their cabanas. I had to walk to the bar to order. At one point, my mom suggested we all get massages. There's a spa here. Let's book a family session. Everyone agreed. We walked to the spa. The receptionist said they had availability for a group booking. Perfect, my mom said. 5 massages. Actually, the receptionist said, we have a special. Book 4, get 20% off. My mom looked at me. Then at Vanessa and Monica. You know what? Let's do 4. Claire, you don't mind sitting this one out, do you? You can explore the resort. I stared at her. You're seriously cutting me out of the massage so you can save 20%? It's not cutting you out. It's just, massages are expensive, Claire. I know you're on a teacher's salary. I can afford a massage, Mom. I didn't say you couldn't. I'm just being considerate. By excluding me? Vanessa sighed. Oh my God, Claire. Why do you always make everything about you? I'm not making anything about me. I'm just asking to be included. You are included. You're here, aren't you? Barely. People in the spa were staring. My mom lowered her voice. Claire. Please. You're making a scene. I walked out. I spent the afternoon sitting by the pool alone. My family came back from their massages, glowing and relaxed. You should have come, Claire, Monica said. It was amazing. That night, my dad made a reservation for dinner at the resort's fancy restaurant. Table for 8. Him, my mom, Vanessa, Brad, Monica, James, Derek, and Stephanie. Wait, I said. What about me? Oh, Claire, I'm sorry. The reservation was for 8. We made it weeks ago. Can you add me? They're fully booked tonight. So I'm just not eating dinner with you? You can grab something at the casual restaurant. It's right by the pool. The food is supposed to be great. I didn't even respond. I went to the casual restaurant. Sat alone. Ordered a burger. Watched my family through the window of the fancy restaurant, laughing and toasting with wine. I felt like a ghost. Invisible. I spent the rest of the week like that. Excluded from activities because there were only enough spots for 8. Left out of photos because 9 is an awkward number. Forgotten when they ordered drinks because we didn't realize you were back from the bathroom. Every day, I took an Uber back to my terrible motel. Every night, I cried. On the last day, my mom suggested we take a family photo. Everyone together. This has been such a special week. We gathered on the beach. The photographer was a resort employee. Okay, big family. Let's get a good one. We posed. I stood on the end. My mom looked at the photo. Claire, you're kind of far from everyone. Can you squeeze in more? I moved closer. We took another. Better. But maybe, Claire, why don't you sit this one out? We'll take one with just the core family. The core family? You know. Just the original 6. Me, your dad, and your siblings. I'm your sibling, I said to Vanessa, Monica, and Derek. None of them said anything. I stepped out of the photo. They smiled and posed. Perfect, my mom said. I walked away. I went back to my motel. Packed my stuff. Changed my flight. I flew home that night. My mom texted the next morning. Where are you? We're having breakfast. I texted back, I left. Enjoy the rest of your trip. She called. I didn't answer. Vanessa texted, really, Claire? You're going to throw a tantrum and leave? Monica, you're so dramatic. Derek, this is why no one wants to invite you to things. I turned off my phone. When I got home, I cried for 2 days straight. Then I got angry. Really angry. I'd spent my entire life trying to fit into a family that didn't want me. I'd bent over backward to make them happy. To impress them. To be good enough. And for what? To be excluded from a vacation I was invited to? To be treated like a burden? To be told I was dramatic for wanting to be included? No. I was done. I didn't respond to any of their messages. My mom called 5 times. I didn't answer. Vanessa sent a long email about how I'd ruined the last day of the trip by leaving early. I deleted it. A week went by. Then 2. Then 3. On week 3, my mom called again. I almost didn't answer. But I did. Claire. Finally. We need to talk. About what? About your behavior on the trip. My behavior? You were incredibly rude. Leaving without saying goodbye. Ignoring our messages. Your father is very upset. I'm upset too, Mom. About what? We included you in a lovely vacation and you threw it in our faces. You didn't include me. You tolerated me. That's not true. You didn't book me a room. You made me stay in a motel 40 minutes away. You left me out of dinners and massages and photos. You treated me like I was a burden. Oh, Claire. You're being so sensitive. I'm being sensitive? Yes. You always do this. You take things personally when they're not. How is not booking me a room not personal? It was a logistical issue. Rooms are expensive. You're a lawyer, Mom. Dad's a retired executive. Vanessa's a corporate lawyer. Monica's a developer. Derek's in finance. You're all rich. You could have afforded a 5th room. It's not about affording it. Then what is it about? She was quiet. Mom. Why didn't you book me a room? Because, we didn't think you'd come. I felt like I'd been slapped. You didn't think I'd come? We invited you as a courtesy. We didn't actually expect you to say yes. A courtesy? Claire, you don't fit in with the rest of the family. You know that. We thought you'd make an excuse. Say you couldn't get time off work. We were surprised when you said yes. I couldn't breathe. So you didn't want me there. It's not that we didn't want you there. Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. Claire. Why did you even invite me? Because you're family. No. I'm not. Not really. You just said I don't fit in. You're being dramatic. Stop saying that. Stop dismissing me every time I have feelings. I'm not dismissing you. I'm trying to explain. Explain what? That you don't see me as part of the family? That you invited me out of obligation? That you hoped I'd say no so you wouldn't have to deal with me? Claire, that's not. Did everyone know? What? Did everyone know you didn't actually want me there? Silence. Mom. Did Vanessa know? Did Monica? Did Derek? We discussed it. You discussed it. We thought it would be easier if we were all on the same page. So everyone knew. Everyone knew you didn't want me there. And you all just went along with it. It wasn't personal. How is that not personal? Because it's not about you. It's about the family dynamic. You're different from us, Claire. You don't care about the same things we care about. You don't have the same lifestyle. You don't fit in at these events. Then why invite me at all? Because you're our daughter. Our sister. We can't just not invite you. Yes, you can. And clearly, you should have. Claire. I'm done, Mom. Don't be ridiculous. I'm serious. I'm done trying to be part of a family that doesn't want me. You're overreacting. No. I'm finally reacting appropriately. I hung up. My mom called back immediately. I didn't answer. She texted, Claire, we need to talk about this like adults. I blocked her number. Then I blocked Vanessa. Then Monica. Then Derek. Then my dad. All of them. Blocked. I was done. For the first time in my life, I felt free. I didn't have to try anymore. Didn't have to prove myself. Didn't have to bend over backward for people who didn't care. I was free. But I was also heartbroken. Because even though I was angry, I still loved them. And it hurt to accept that they didn't love me the same way. I threw myself into work. My students became my focus. I started a tutoring program after school for kids who were struggling. I volunteered on weekends. I adopted another cat. A little black kitten named Olive. Piper was thrilled. They became best friends. I made new friends. Real friends. People who actually wanted to spend time with me. I started therapy. My therapist, Dr. Ellen, was amazing. It sounds like your family has a very specific idea of what success looks like, she said. They do. And you don't fit that mold. No. How does that make you feel? Like a failure. Do you think you're a failure? No. I mean, I don't know. I love my job. I love teaching. I'm good at it. But compared to them, what? I'm nobody. You're a teacher. You shape young minds. You impact lives every single day. How is that nobody? It's not flashy. Does it need to be? I thought about that. No. Then why does it matter what they think? Because they're my family. But they don't treat you like family. No. They don't. So why are you giving them so much power over how you see yourself? I didn't have an answer. 3 months after the beach trip, my mom showed up at my apartment. I don't know how she got past the building's front door. Probably waited for someone to let her in. She knocked. I looked through the peephole. Saw her standing there. I didn't open the door. She knocked again. Claire. I know you're in there. I can see the light under the door. I stayed quiet. Claire, please. We need to talk. I opened the door but didn't invite her in. What do you want? To talk. About what? About us. About the family. There's nothing to talk about. Claire, you're being childish. It's been 3 months. You need to get over this. Get over it? Yes. You're holding a grudge over a vacation. It's absurd. It's not about the vacation, Mom. It's about the fact that you don't see me as part of the family. That's not true. You said it yourself. You didn't think I'd come. You didn't want me there. I was frustrated when I said that. I didn't mean it. Yes, you did. She sighed. Fine. Maybe I did. But Claire, can you blame us? You're so different from the rest of us. You don't understand our world. I don't want to understand your world. Exactly. And that's fine. But you can't expect us to bend over backward to accommodate you when you're not willing to meet us halfway. I've been meeting you halfway my entire life. And it's never been enough. Because you're not trying. I'm a teacher, Mom. I help kids. I make a difference in the world. I'm sorry that's not impressive enough for you. It's not about impressive. Yes, it is. You're embarrassed by me. I'm not embarrassed. You are. You don't introduce me at parties. You don't talk about my job. You don't include me in family photos. You're embarrassed that I'm not a lawyer or a doctor or a CEO. That's not true. Then why do you treat me like I'm invisible? She didn't answer. Mom. Why are you really here? Because I want my daughter back. Which daughter? The one you actually want? Or the one you tolerate? Claire. Go home, Mom. We're family. No. We're related. There's a difference. I closed the door. She knocked again. Claire. Open this door. I didn't. Eventually, she left. I slid down the door and cried. Not because I missed her. But because I finally accepted the truth. My family didn't love me the way I loved them. And they never would. A week later, Vanessa called my school. She somehow got through to my classroom during lunch. Claire. We need to talk. I'm at work. This is important. What is it? Mom told me you won't talk to her. That's right. You're being ridiculous. You need to apologize. Apologize? For what? For making everything about you. For being selfish. For ruining the trip. I didn't ruin the trip. I left because I was being excluded. You were being included. You were there. Being there and being included are not the same thing. Oh my God, Claire. Do you hear yourself? You sound like a victim. I am a victim. Of a family that doesn't value me. We do value you. You're just too busy being offended to see it. Vanessa. Did you know Mom didn't book me a room? Yes. Did you say anything? What was I supposed to say? That it was wrong. That I deserved a room. That I'm your sister and you should stand up for me. It's not my job to stand up for you. Then what is your job? What? As my sister. What is your job? I don't know what you mean. Exactly. I hung up. She called back. I didn't answer. Monica tried next. She sent an email. Subject, you're tearing this family apart. I didn't read it. Derek texted. Claire, this is getting out of hand. You need to grow up and move on. I blocked him too. I'd already blocked them after the trip, but they'd been using different numbers. Now I blocked those too. 6 months passed. I heard through a mutual acquaintance that Vanessa was telling people I'd had a breakdown and was refusing to see the family. She made it sound like I was unstable. Like I was the problem. I didn't care. Let them think what they wanted. I was building a life that didn't include them. And it was a good life. I got a promotion at school. Lead teacher for the 3rd grade department. I started dating someone. His name was Aaron. He was a social worker. Kind. Thoughtful. He actually listened when I talked. I told him about my family. That's brutal, he said. Yeah. Do you miss them? Sometimes. But I don't miss how they made me feel. That makes sense. He didn't try to fix it. Didn't tell me to forgive them. Didn't say, but they're family. He just listened. I loved him for that. A year after the beach trip, my dad had a heart attack. He survived. But it was a wake-up call. My mom called me from a new number. I didn't recognize it, so I answered. Claire. It's Mom. I almost hung up. What do you want? Your father's in the hospital. My heart stopped. What happened? Heart attack. He's stable now. But, it was scary. Is he okay? Yes. But he's asking for you. He is? Yes. He wants to see you. I didn't know what to say. Claire. Please. Come see him. I don't know. He's your father. A father who hasn't spoken to me in a year. He misses you. Does he? Or do you need me to show up so the family looks united? That's not fair. Isn't it? She sighed. Claire. I know things have been difficult. But your father almost died. Don't you think you should put aside your grudges and be here for him? My grudges? Yes. Mom, I didn't create this situation. You did. We both made mistakes. What mistakes did I make? You walked away from the family. You pushed me out. We didn't. Yes, you did. And now that Dad's sick, you want me back. But only because it looks bad if I'm not there. That's not true. Isn't it? She didn't answer. Mom. Is Dad actually asking for me? Or are you asking for him? Silence. Mom? He doesn't know I'm calling. So he didn't ask for me. He would. If he knew I was calling. But he didn't. Claire. I hope Dad recovers. I really do. But I'm not coming to the hospital to play happy family for your benefit. You're unbelievable. No. I'm finally standing up for myself. I hung up. I felt terrible. My dad had a heart attack and I didn't go see him. But I also knew that if I went, nothing would change. They'd let me visit. Let me sit in the corner. Let me be there. But they wouldn't include me. Wouldn't value me. Wouldn't treat me like I mattered. I'd be a prop. A checkbox. Look, Claire came. We're a complete family. I couldn't do it. Aaron held me while I cried. Do you think I'm a bad person? I asked. No. I didn't go see my dad in the hospital. Because going would have hurt you more than staying away. But he's my dad. A dad who hasn't made you feel like a daughter in a very long time. I still love him. I know. But love doesn't mean you have to accept being treated badly. He was right. But it still hurt. 2 months later, I got a letter in the mail. From a lawyer. My heart sank. Was my dad suing me? For what? I opened it. It wasn't from my dad. It was from my grandmother. My dad's mom. She'd passed away. I hadn't even known she was sick. The letter was from the executor of her estate. She'd left me something in her will. A trust fund. $500,000. I stared at the letter. $500,000. My grandmother had left me $500,000. And I had no idea why. I called the lawyer. Hello, this is Claire Whitmore. I received a letter about my grandmother's estate. Ah, yes. Ms. Whitmore. I'm glad you called. Your grandmother left very specific instructions regarding your inheritance. What kind of instructions? She wanted you to know that she saw you. She saw how hard you worked. How much you cared. And she wanted to make sure you were taken care of. I started crying. She said that? Yes. She left a letter for you. I'll send it along with the paperwork. The letter arrived 3 days later. I opened it with shaking hands. My dearest Claire. If you're reading this, I'm gone. And I'm sorry I didn't say this to you while I was alive. I see you, sweetheart. I've always seen you. I know your family doesn't appreciate you the way they should. I know they make you feel small. Invisible. Like you don't matter. But you do matter. You matter so much. I've watched you become a woman who cares more about people than money. Who chooses kindness over status. Who makes a difference in the world not because it's impressive, but because it's right. Your siblings chase wealth and prestige. You chase purpose. And that makes you the richest of them all. I'm leaving you this money not because I think you need it, but because I want you to have options. Freedom. Security. Use it however you want. Travel. Buy a home. Start a business. Or keep teaching and save it for a rainy day. Whatever you choose, know that I'm proud of you. I've always been proud of you. You are exactly who you're supposed to be. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. All my love. Grandma Ruth. I sobbed. She saw me. She saw me and she was proud of me. I'd spent so long trying to get my parents to see me, to value me, that I didn't realize my grandmother already did. And now she was gone. And I never got to thank her. The money was transferred to my account a few weeks later. I didn't tell my family. I didn't tell anyone except Aaron. What are you going to do with it? He asked. I don't know yet. But Grandma said I should have options. So I'm going to take my time and figure out what I really want. 3 months later, I quit my teaching job. Not because I didn't love it. But because I'd always dreamed of starting a nonprofit. A tutoring and mentorship program for underprivileged kids. Kids who felt invisible. Kids who needed someone to see them. I used the money to start the organization. I called it Ruth's Place after my grandmother. We offered free after-school tutoring. Mentorship programs. College prep. Career counseling. I hired other teachers who believed in the mission. We rented a space in Brooklyn. Within 6 months, we were helping over 100 kids. Within a year, over 300. It was the most fulfilling thing I'd ever done. I wasn't making as much money as I did teaching. But I didn't care. I was making a difference. I was seen. I was valued. Not by my family. But by the kids I was helping. And by myself. One afternoon, about 2 years after the beach trip, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I almost didn't answer. But something told me to pick up. Hello? Claire? It's Vanessa. I should have hung up. But I didn't. What do you want? I need to talk to you. About what? About the family. About everything. I don't have anything to say to you. Please. Just, can we meet? For coffee? Why? Because I owe you an apology. I was quiet. Claire? Are you there? Yeah. Will you meet me? I should have said no. But curiosity got the better of me. Fine. One coffee. We met at a cafe in Manhattan the next day. Vanessa was already there when I arrived. She looked different. Tired. Older. Claire. Thank you for coming. I sat down. What do you want, Vanessa? I wanted to say I'm sorry. For what? For the beach trip. For how we treated you. For everything. Okay. That's it? Okay. What do you want me to say? I don't know. I wanted you to know I'm sorry. Why now? It's been 2 years. She looked down at her coffee. Because I've been thinking a lot. About the family. About how we treat each other. And I realized, we treated you like shit. Yeah. You did. I didn't see it at the time. I thought you were being dramatic. But you weren't. We were awful. What changed your mind? A lot of things. But mostly. Brad left me. What? He left me. 6 months ago. For someone younger. Someone who gets him better. Vanessa, I'm sorry. Don't be. I deserved it. No one deserves that. I do. Because I treated you the same way he treated me. Like you were disposable. Like you didn't matter. She started crying. I called Mom. I told her what happened. And you know what she said? What? She said, Vanessa, you need to figure this out. I can't deal with your drama right now. She said that? Yes. And I realized, that's how we talked to you. All the time. Every time you had a problem, we dismissed you. We called you dramatic. We made you feel like you were the problem. You did. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to say. Claire, I don't expect you to forgive me. I just wanted you to know that I see it now. I see how wrong we were. Does anyone else see it? Monica does. She wanted to come today, but I thought it should just be me. What about Derek? Derek. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. And Mom and Dad? They won't admit it. But I think they know. They know and they don't care. I think they care. They just don't know how to say it. That's not an excuse. I know. We sat in silence for a minute. What do you want from me, Vanessa? Nothing. I just wanted to apologize. And to tell you that I'm proud of you. Proud of me? Yeah. I heard about Ruth's place. What you're doing for those kids. It's incredible. How did you hear about it? I Googled you. I saw an article about the nonprofit. Claire, you're changing lives. That's amazing. Thank you. I mean it. You're doing something that matters. And I'm sorry we ever made you feel like it didn't. I appreciate that. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you think there's any chance we could rebuild? Not right away. But, someday? I thought about it. I don't know, Vanessa. A lot has happened. I know. And I understand if the answer is no. But I hope someday you'll give me a chance to be a better sister. Maybe. But it's going to take time. I understand. We finished our coffee. As I was leaving, Vanessa grabbed my hand. Claire. For what it's worth. I love you. I know I didn't show it. But I do. I love you too. And I meant it. I did love her. But love wasn't enough. Not yet. 6 months after that coffee, Monica reached out. She sent a long email. She apologized. She acknowledged how they'd treated me. She asked if we could talk. I said yes. We met for dinner. It was awkward at first. But then we started talking. Really talking. About our childhoods. About our parents. About how we'd all been raised to value success over everything else. I think that's why we were so hard on you, Monica said. Because you rejected that. You chose your own path. And it made us question ours. I wasn't trying to reject anything. I was just trying to be myself. I know. And we punished you for it. Yeah. You did. I'm sorry, Claire. I really am. I know. We started meeting for dinner once a month. It was slow. Careful. But it was something. Vanessa joined us after a few months. The three of us started rebuilding. Not as the sisters we were. But as the sisters we could be. Derek never apologized. He sent a text once, "I heard you're talking to Vanessa and Monica again. Let me know if you want to grab a drink." I didn't respond. My parents never reached out. I heard through Vanessa that they were upset I hadn't come around. That I was holding a grudge. That I needed to be the bigger person. But I wasn't interested in being the bigger person. I was interested in being a person who valued herself. And that meant not accepting breadcrumbs from people who should have given me the whole meal. 3 years after the beach trip, Aaron proposed. We got married in a small ceremony. Just us, our closest friends, and a few family members. Vanessa and Monica came. They cried during the vows. Afterward, Vanessa hugged me. "I'm so happy for you, Claire. Thank you. You deserve this. You deserve to be loved the way Aaron loves you." I know. And I did know. For the first time in my life, I knew I deserved to be loved. Not because of what I accomplished. Not because of what I could offer. But because I was me. And that was enough. My parents didn't come to the wedding. I didn't invite them. Vanessa asked if I was sure. "They're your parents, Claire. They're my parents. But they're not my family." What's the difference? Family shows up. Family values you. Family makes you feel like you matter. And they don't? No. They don't. She didn't push. I appreciated that. A year after my wedding, my mom had a stroke. It was minor. She recovered. But it scared everyone. Vanessa called me. "Mom wants to see you." "Does she?" "Yes. She's been asking about you." "What does she want?" "I don't know. But I think she's realizing life is short. And she doesn't want to die without talking to you." "She's not dying." "I know. But I think she's scared." I thought about it. "I'll think about it." I talked to Aaron. "What do you think I should do?" "I think you should do whatever feels right for you. Not for them. For you." "I don't know what feels right." "Then don't decide yet. Give yourself time." I gave myself a week. Then I called Vanessa. "I'll see her. But only if she's willing to actually talk. Not just apologize to make herself feel better. I'll tell her." My mom agreed. We met at her house. She looked smaller than I remembered. Older. She was sitting in the living room when I arrived. "Claire. Thank you for coming." I sat down. "What did you want to talk about?" I wanted to say I'm sorry. For what? For how I treated you. For making you feel like you weren't enough. For not seeing you. "Okay. That's all you have to say?" "What do you want me to say, Mom?" "I don't know. I thought if I apologized, things could go back to normal. Things were never normal. She looked hurt. What does that mean? It means you never treated me like I was part of the family. Not really. And an apology doesn't erase 32 years of feeling invisible. I didn't mean to make you feel invisible. But you did. I know. And I'm sorry. Why, Mom? Why did you treat me that way? She was quiet for a long time. Because you remind me of someone I used to be. What? When I was young, I wanted to be a teacher. Just like you. I loved kids. I wanted to make a difference. I didn't know that. No one does. Because my parents talked me out of it. They said teaching wasn't a real career. That I'd never make anything of myself. So I became a lawyer. I made money. I married your father. I built the life they wanted for me. And you resented me for doing what you couldn't. Yes. She started crying. I'm sorry, Claire. I'm so sorry. I took my regrets out on you. And that was wrong. I didn't know what to say. I don't expect you to forgive me, she said. I just wanted you to know the truth. Why didn't you ever tell me this before? Because I was ashamed. I was ashamed that I gave up on my dreams. And I was ashamed that I punished you for living yours. We sat in silence. Mom, I appreciate you telling me this. But it doesn't change what happened. I know. And it doesn't mean we're okay. I know. But, maybe it's a start. She looked up. A start? Yeah. Maybe we can start rebuilding. Slowly. I'd like that. We didn't hug. We didn't cry together. But we talked. For the first time in my life, my mom and I had a real conversation. It wasn't perfect. But it was real. And that was something. Over the next year, my mom and I met for coffee once a month. We talked about her life. Her regrets. Her fears. She asked about mine. She met Aaron. She visited Ruth's place. She saw what I'd built. And she told me she was proud. I should have said that years ago, she said. Yeah. You should have. But I'm saying it now. I'm proud of you, Claire. You're doing something I never had the courage to do. Thank you. My dad never apologized. We talked once, briefly, at a family dinner. He asked how I was. I said I was good. That was it. But I was okay with that. I didn't need his approval anymore. I had my own. Derek and I never reconciled. He didn't see the point. And honestly, neither did I. Some relationships aren't meant to be saved. And that's okay. 5 years after the beach trip, Vanessa called me. Claire, I have news. What? Mom and Dad are planning another family vacation. I laughed. You're kidding. I'm not. They want to do a big trip. The whole family. Are they going to book me a room this time? Actually, yes. Mom specifically said she wants to make sure everyone has their own room. Wow. I know. Are you going to come? I don't know. Where are they going? Italy. 2 weeks. All expenses paid. All expenses paid? Yep. Mom said it's her way of making amends. That's unexpected. I know. But I think she means it. I thought about it. Can I bring Aaron? Of course. They're inviting spouses. Okay. I'll think about it. I talked to Aaron that night. Do you want to go to Italy with my family? Do you want to go? I don't know. Part of me wants to see if things really have changed. Part of me doesn't want to set myself up for disappointment. Then let's go. If it's terrible, we'll leave. But at least you'll know. Okay. Let's do it. I told Vanessa I'd come. The trip was in September. We flew to Rome. My mom had booked a beautiful villa in Tuscany. Everyone had their own room. Including me. It was strange. Being included. Actually included. My mom asked my opinion on dinner reservations. My dad asked about Ruth's place. Vanessa, Monica, and I went wine tasting together. Derek was still Derek. But he was polite. It wasn't perfect. But it was better. One night, we were all having dinner on the terrace of the villa. The sun was setting over the vineyards. Everyone was laughing. Talking. Being a family. My mom raised her glass. I want to make a toast. Everyone quieted down. I want to toast to family. To second chances. And to Claire. I looked up. To Claire, who taught us what it means to be true to yourself. Who showed us that success isn't measured in money or titles, but in the lives we touch. I'm sorry it took me so long to see that. But I see it now. And I'm grateful. Everyone raised their glasses. To Claire. I felt tears in my eyes. It wasn't everything I needed. But it was something. After dinner, my mom and I walked through the garden. Thank you, I said. For what? For this. For trying. I should have tried years ago. Yeah. You should have. But you're trying now. And that matters. Do you think you'll ever forgive me? I don't know, Mom. Maybe. But it's going to take time. I understand. We walked in silence for a minute. Claire. Yeah? I really am proud of you. I know. And I did. For the first time, I actually believed her. We stayed in Italy for 2 weeks. It wasn't perfect. There were moments of tension. Moments where old habits crept back in. But there were also moments of connection. Real connection. And that was enough. When we got home, I felt lighter. Like I'd finally let go of something I'd been carrying for years. Aaron noticed. You seem different. I feel different. Good different? Yeah. I think I finally made peace with it. With what? With the fact that my family will never be perfect. But they're trying. And that's more than I had before. I'm glad. Me too. 6 months later, I got a call from Vanessa. Claire, you're not going to believe this. What? Mom and Dad are selling the house. What? Why? They're downsizing. And they're donating a huge chunk of the proceeds to Ruth's place. What? Yeah. Mom said she wants to support the work you're doing. She's giving you $200,000. I couldn't speak. Claire. Are you there? Yeah. I can't believe it. Believe it. Mom's really trying. I know. Are you okay? Yeah. I'm just overwhelmed. In a good way? Yeah. In a good way. The donation came through a month later. With it, we were able to expand Ruth's place. We opened a second location. Hired more staff. Helped more kids. My mom came to the opening. She stood in the middle of the new space and cried. This is what I should have done with my life. It's not too late, Mom. What do you mean? We could always use volunteers. If you're interested. She looked at me. Really? Really? She started volunteering the next week. At first, it was awkward. She didn't know how to talk to the kids. But she learned. Slowly, she became one of our most dedicated volunteers. The kids loved her. She loved them. One day, she pulled me aside. Thank you. For what? For giving me a second chance. Not just with you. but with life. You're welcome. I wasted so many years chasing things that didn't matter. But this matters. Yeah. It does. She hugged me. A real hug. Not a polite, obligatory hug. A real one. And for the first time in my life, I felt like my mom actually saw me. Not as a disappointment. Not as an outsider. But as her daughter. It's been 7 years since the beach trip. My relationship with my family isn't perfect. But it's real. Vanessa and I talk every week. Monica and I see each other regularly. My mom and I have coffee once a month and she volunteers at Ruth's place twice a week. My dad and I are cordial. He's trying, in his own way. Derek and I don't talk much. But that's okay. Not every relationship needs to be fixed. Some are better left as they are. Aaron and I have a daughter now. Her name is Ruth. After my grandmother. When she was born, my mom cried. She's beautiful. She is. You're going to be an amazing mother. I hope so. I know so. Because you're everything I wasn't. You see people. You value them. You make them feel like they matter. I learned that from you, Mom. What? How? By learning what not to do. She laughed. Fair enough. My mom is a great grandmother. She spoils Ruth. Reads to her. Plays with her. Loves her unconditionally. And I'm grateful. Because my daughter will never feel invisible. She'll never feel like she's not enough. She'll know, from day one, that she's loved for exactly who she is. I think about the beach trip sometimes. About how hurt I was. How angry. How broken. And I realize, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Not because it was fun or easy. But because it forced me to stop waiting for my family to validate me. It forced me to validate myself. To build a life I was proud of. To surround myself with people who actually valued me. And eventually, it forced my family to see me. Not as a disappointment. But as someone worth knowing. Someone worth loving. I still teach sometimes. Not full-time. But I substitute at local schools when I can. Because teaching will always be part of who I am. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the life I've built. The nonprofit I started. The kids I've helped. The family I've created with Aaron and Ruth. And yes, even the messy, complicated relationship I have with my parents and siblings. It's not perfect. But it's mine. And that's enough. People ask me sometimes if I forgave my family. And I tell them the truth. I'm still working on it. Forgiveness isn't a switch you flip. It's a process. Some days, I feel like I've let it go. Other days, the hurt comes back. But I'm learning to sit with it. To acknowledge it without letting it define me. Because at the end of the day, I don't need my family to validate my worth. I already know my worth. I'm a teacher. A nonprofit founder. A wife. A mother. A friend. A person who makes a difference. And that's more than enough. I'm more than enough. I always was. I just needed to believe it. And now I do. So if you're out there, feeling invisible in your own family, feeling like you'll never be good enough, feeling like you have to change who you are to be loved, I want you to know something. You don't. You are enough. Exactly as you are. And the people who can't see that? That's their loss. Not yours. Build a life that makes you proud. Surround yourself with people who see you. And if your family comes around, great. If they don't, you'll be okay. Because you don't need them to validate you. You just need to validate yourself. And once you do, everything changes. Trust me. I know. Because 3 weeks after my family left me without a room at that beach resort, I stopped waiting for them to see me. And I started seeing myself. And that made all the difference.